Social media is ruining your life. Got the painted PJs on today. Don't worry though, because when I sit down, you're not even gonna notice. And I thought, 'tis the season, so are you Yeti for winter yet? But before we go and jump into this video, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Hit me up on Snapchat, maybe. Come on, guys, that was pretty funny, right? Come on. Okay, but for real, all jokes aside, today we're gonna be talking about social media. I wanted to kind of sit down and just talk about social media for a little bit because I think it can be really cool, and then I think there you can also be a lot of negatives from it. So I thought we would sit down and talk about it. Let's go ahead and hop right into this. So recently, actually, I just got done from a little Snapchat cleanse, I guess. I don't know. I deleted Snapchat for a little bit because personally I felt like it was a social media that I was like maybe addicted to the most or using the most. I deleted it and I just actually got it yesterday or something, so it was 8 or 9 days, something like that, a little bit over a week that I had it deleted, and that's kind of what inspired this video, because even just having it a week, when you go from using something multiple times a day to none and just like completely deleting it, it kind of made me think that I should talk about it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. First off, I want to start by just saying what I noticed when I deleted Snapchat. I had seen TikToks on how people say you should delete Snap and all that, so I was like, maybe, I'll just give it a try, and then I decided, yeah, why not, let's do it, right? So I deleted it, and the first day, I didn't realize how much I was like, it was maybe, yeah, it was an addiction, don't get me wrong, it definitely was an addiction, but after I deleted it, for the rest, like for the first day that I had it deleted, I would open up like my phone, like I'd be on break at work, I'd be using the bathroom, or I just open up my phone, and the first thing I would do is I would go and I would tap on the screen where the like little thing used to be, you know what I mean? And it wasn't there anymore, and I knew I had deleted it, which is why it was weird, because it was like this impulse decision to just go, you know what I mean? And there was nothing there, so I looked stupid because I was just clicking my screen and there was nothing there. But that made me kind of think, I was like, wow, it was almost like a subconscious thing to just like click on this little app where the app used to be for my little shot of dopamine or whatever, right? So I decided I would delete it for a little bit, and I did. And it was nice, I got to clear my head a little bit, but I re-downloaded it just because, I want to keep in touch with people, all that good stuff. I wanted to talk about the negative aspects that I think social media can have on people. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positives too, and we can go over more of those maybe at the end. But I just kind of want to focus on the negatives because I'm pretty sure we all know about the positives. That's why we used it in the first place, and that's where our addiction probably started from. One thing that I've noticed from social media is it can actually worsen your depression if you have depression, because you guys are just comparing your lives to people. For example, you go on Instagram and you see these people with cool houses, big cars, living this life that you're not living, and then it makes you kind of be like, dang, my life sucks. They're over here doing this, and I'm just, I hate my life, type of thing. And I know that happens with a lot of people. Comparing your lives to other people is one thing that can happen on social media, because everyone is taking the best moments of their life, and then they're sharing it, and it makes your life feel crappy because you don't see the behind the scenes of what's really going on in these people's lives. Another thing that I've noticed is people also have a fear of missing out on things, and I feel like I did this with Snapchat quite a bit, which is part of the reason why I deleted it. I would open up Snap for no reason and just kind of thinking I was like someone was going to hit me up, or there was just this crazy thing that was going to happen that I was going to miss out on. And I was just like always waiting to be like invited to something, or like just this big event, like I didn't want to miss it. I didn't know what it was. There was no big event, but in my brain I just was like, well, if there is going to be one, I don't want to miss it. So it caught me, I was stuck in like this cycle, sort of. I think it can be good depending on how you use it, but I know a majority of people are addicted, and I'm sure I'm addicted. I will admit that I'm sure I'm addicted, which is why sometimes I like to go a little bit of time without it, clear my head a little bit. And for all of you guys out there who use social media, which probably everybody does. I guess this is social media. There's tons of them. You know, we got this one, we got this one, we got this one, this one, this one. We got so many of them. They're just everywhere. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to share what I did or what I do to kind of make sure that I maintain control over my social media usage. Just because if I feel like if you don't set limits on it, there's nothing going to be holding you back. You're just going to have endless access to something, and you know that's how you get addicted to stuff, is endless access. And we've kind of, as a society, we've kind of accepted phones, so it's not as weird to be addicted to your phone because we're just all addicted. So it's just like, well, everyone's addicted, you know. But when you really sit back, you can kind of see that it is weird, you know what I mean? Like sometimes when I go out to places, just to see everyone on their phones, it's just weird, you know? Because I'll just be sitting there sometimes, you know, just try it, you know, just do it. You know, you just sit there for a little bit, don't touch your phone, you know, just get a minute or two and just look around the room, you know. And just, a lot of people, you know, right there, just completely disconnected, and you feel like you're the only one in the room. It's really weird. Anyways, I wanted to talk about what I think you could do to kind of maintain control, or what I do. About 6 months ago, I decided to turn off my notifications for everything. I'm talking pretty much the only thing I have notifications on my phone for is my email, just in case like I get some email that I need to see. But I've turned off my Instagram notifications, every single app, Snapchat notifications, all of it is off. And the reason I did this is because if you turn off all your notifications, you're not in a reaction mode to your phone, you know what I mean? Because if you have notifications on, you get a notification and then you look at your phone. So your phone is like telling you to kind of look at it, you know what I mean? But when you turn them off and you don't know, you have to consciously go out of your way to look at your phone, you know what I mean? Like it won't disturb whatever you're doing. You have to choose to pick it up, look at it, and open up like Snapchat or Instagram or one of those, right? Like I said, I've been doing this for like 6 months, I think, and I really like it. I noticed that my productivity has been way better because I still text people and I still go on Snapchat and I can still do all that, but it doesn't put me in a state of lesser control. I have control over it, you know what I mean? Snapchat isn't telling me to look at it, I'm choosing that for me. So that has really worked for me and I really like that. And I know some people are the opposite. Some people, have you guys ever seen those people with their iPhones? I hate this, by the way. This is a huge pet peeve. When they have like their iPhone and they have like the notification set to where it starts like flashing, like a strobe light, like the flashlight. That's crazy. If you guys know what I'm talking about, or if you're one of those people, stop doing that. That is just so obnoxious for not only everyone else who witnesses every time you get a text message, but just for your own brain. Like, no. That's just too far. You see what I mean? So there's stages to it, you know? Hopefully you just have normal notifications on, not taking it one step further where your phone sets off 10 fire alarms and flashing lights and confetti. Oh, you got a notification. If you guys are struggling with social media or you just want to challenge yourselves, try turning off your notifications on everything and just see what it's like, because I think you will benefit from it. At least I have. Another thing that I've noticed from social media is that I try not to let social media fill in my social life. And what I mean by that is social media is great, but I don't let it replace my actual social life. And the reason I try not to do this is because I think you should keep it separate. And I know a lot of people, what I'm about to say, a lot of people are gonna not really understand where I'm coming from or maybe think it's weird, but just hear me out, okay? So I've pride myself on the fact that I have never FaceTimed anyone. I've never video called anybody, and I don't ever plan on video calling anybody. The reason I do this is basically because I don't think you should FaceTime people. I think it's weird. I think it is weird. And I know we live in a day and age where it's normal, so you guys are probably going to be like, what? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? But the reason I think it's weird is because I don't think you should replace somebody's face with a phone, with a, you know what I mean? I don't think this it should replace you going to see someone. Hey, I see your face. You know, it's weird. I think if you want to FaceTime, you should go hang out with them or something. Go grab a coffee, you know what I mean? Like, why are people too busy now to go grab lunch with their friend instead of FaceTiming them? You know what I mean? And I've had people ask me before, they're like, yeah, so you want to FaceTime? And I'm like, yeah, sure. When are we linking up? What are we doing? You know what I mean? It's weird. I think it's actually disconnecting us because you can't have your phone replace that interaction that you get when someone is in the room with you. And we try to fill that void maybe of loneliness or whatever it is by having this virtual call. This, you know what I mean? But it's weird, you know. And I'm not like a caveman, okay? I have a phone. I'll call people because we can call, we can voice chat or whatever. But there's that element of adding your face to it and making it a video call that I just think is weird and unnatural. And I know a lot of people are going to not agree with me at all because you probably FaceTime people all the time. Probably one of those people who has FaceTime, constantly FaceTiming somebody. You're going to the bathroom and you're FaceTiming and you're walking around the store and you're FaceTiming. It's just a lot. It is. It really is. That's personally why I don't FaceTime people. I just feel like you should go have FaceTime with them. So go grab a coffee. Link up for 25 minutes. I know everyone's busy, but if you have time to FaceTime somebody, you have time to go grab a coffee or go eat at Wendy's or something. Get some chicken nuggets or something. You know what I mean? So I think this is kind of a negative aspect of social media because it's infiltrated our life so much to where it's normal to talk on Skype and FaceTime every night and not go out and hang out with this person. You know what I mean? It's becoming like this weird disconnected thing, which is personally why I don't FaceTime. You guys can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you do whatever. This is just my whole take on it and my whole view on it. Okay, so another thing that I personally decided to do was, I don't know, I don't really have a name for it, but we'll call it like the Pick 2, okay? I guess. That's what we're going to call it, okay? Pick 2. And what I mean by that is we got so many options. And the problem is with all these options, I've noticed is that you can just have one giant cycle of just going down these rabbit holes. And what I mean by that is, for example, you open up Instagram, you scroll through Instagram, then you close Instagram, and then you open up Snapchat, and then you text a few people, you look at some stories, and then you close Snapchat, and then you open up Twitter, and then you look at Twitter stuff, and you tweet, and then doing all that, and then you close Twitter, and then you open up Facebook, and then you're looking at your timeline, and you're posting pictures, and oh my god, Becky had a child, oh my god, this is crazy, and then you close Facebook, and then you open up, I don't know, whatever else, you have Tumblr, Pinterest, I don't even know, okay, but it's a cycle, it just keeps going, and then you get to the end of whatever you have, your cycle, so you close down Facebook, and then you start all over again. So then you open up Instagram again, and you refresh Instagram, and then you go to make sure no one texts you on Snapchat, and then, oh, she posted a story, so then, you know what I mean? And it's just so much, and you're like, oh my god. And it's a giant cycle that you just can keep doing over and over and over and over again. And one thing that I did to kind of stop this, or help, is I decided to pick 2 social medias. So I picked Instagram and Snapchat. Those are the only social medias that I have. I have a Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook. I have a Facebook for like when you need Facebook for things because they own pretty much everything at this point, and now they just bought Instagram. Yeah, Facebook is taking over the world, but I do have a Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook like that. I do have the app on my phone because I think it comes pre-installed on my phone, but I don't go on it unless it's for work or my job or something like that related, but I don't go on it for me time. So I picked Instagram and Snapchat, and those were the 2 social medias that I decided that I would be sticking with. But I highly recommend you guys do this because it's more than enough. I waste a ton of time on Snapchat and Instagram. I don't even have these other ones. I know Twitter's a terrible one. Twitter is bad. I know a lot of people spend way too much time on Twitter. I've heard Twitter is a very toxic social media. I don't have the Twitter. I don't use Twitter, so I wouldn't know. But I really recommend picking 2 social medias that you like. So you could be like, well, Twitter and Instagram or this and that or whatever. But if you pick 2, it makes the cycle a lot shorter because sure, sometimes I'll probably cycle through. I'll open up Instagram, I'll refresh Instagram, and then I'll close it, and then I'll open up Snapchat, and I'll be like, whoa, you know what I mean? But the cycle's real short, so I can catch myself in this cycle because it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything new, you know what I mean? It feels weird because I'm like, why did I open up Instagram 10 times in 5 minutes? Like, what am I doing, And I can catch myself and then be like, okay, put down your damn phone and start getting back to work. You got a lot of work to do, buddy. You don't got time to be sitting here refreshing Instagram for 25 minutes. That kind of really helped me. And again, this is just what's helped me. I don't know. You don't have to listen to me. Probably not. It's all you guys. I'm just sharing what I have noticed, because I have noticed when I turn off notifications, when I cut down the amount of social medias I had, and I've only had 2 social medias for as long as I can remember, unless you count YouTube. I don't really count YouTube. So, I know technically it isn't TikTok, and there's literally so many of them. It's literally kind of crazy. I'm more talking about social things, not really TikTok and the video type stuff, because that's like, it's different. I mean more of like the Snapchat and the Instagram and the social interaction type of thing, the Twitters and all that sort of stuff. I have been doing this for probably as long as I can remember. I think I had Twitter in like 7th grade or like 8th grade, and I deleted that. I got rid of that. So I'd say probably the past 4 or 5 years, all I've had is Instagram and Snapchat. So it's been a pretty long time that I've had 2 social medias. And then recently I told you about how I just turned off the notifications on all of my apps, and I've noticed it's helped my productivity so much, because I'm not stuck in a reactive mode to my phone. My phone doesn't make a noise and I don't run and jump and I have to purposely go out of my way. And it makes me feel a lot more guilty when I'm sitting doing stuff that's important, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like check my phone, you know what I mean? Like, it's more of a conscious effort than a reactionary. I just kind of wanted to break down what I have done to kind of control my social media usage. And like I said, I still have social media. I still use Instagram. I still use Snapchat. But I just try to make sure that I am maintaining control of the usage, and that I am the one who is in charge in my mind. I don't want to be in a reactionary state. I want to be in charge of when I open up Snapchat. I open up Snapchat when I want to open up Snapchat. Not when Snapchat tells me I should open it because of this, because I gotta respond to this or that or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you found some good information in this, and if you guys have any questions or want help maybe with trying to quit some social medias or something, let me know in the comments. I'll try to help you out. I promise you guys, it sounds harder than it actually is. When I uninstalled Snapchat for a week or however long, the first like 2 days kind of sucked, but after that I kind of forgot it was a thing. For the most part. There's a part of me that just wants to never download it again, because I did feel more free, but, it's the world, so I'm going to download it again because I want to keep in touch with people, and it's kind of taken over my messages, so I don't even really text anymore. I just kind of use Snapchat for that. But, yeah, so I'm going to wrap up this video, guys. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, comment, all that, thumbs down if you're into that. I appreciate it. I love all of you guys, and thank you for watching, and stay tuned because we got more coming. So, yeah, peace, guys. Have a good one.